Okay, Thursday morning in the kingdom, and the rains came this morning, and it was clear water. Yes, I saved some, dumped it into the aluminum pot, and it was clear, not like the smoky water we've had for the last month and a half or whatever. Unfrickin' real. And the water machine uptown is still broken. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Welcome to WHO-ville. All right, this morning we woke up to +8, but feels like +7. And this rain, it feels chilly on the bones. My legs are sore from climbing up and down that ladder. But how many old guys are doing stuff like that? All right. So on the yo-yo scale, +46, but feels like +45. Yes, and the new hire, Brad, he's useless. Yes, he disappeared at coffee time, never came back. Oh, well, that's the new generation, the new world we live in, where nobody does anything. Yes, and Dick is flying north of the kingdom for the last week, which he should be. It's so nice and peaceful and quiet, and I can have a pee anywhere I need to have a pee and not worry about Dick flying over to see me standing there holding a little big fella. All right, let's scroll this way quickly. We didn't untangle the flags because they're wet, and it's probably going to start raining a bit more. Today, we're not sure what we're going to do. We might be stuck in the shop. Yes, stuck in the shop. But we had a good day yesterday because they forecasted rain, and we got 3 times as much done as we thought. We never thought we'd get the end walls and everything like that done on the hose shack. Yes, this project was not planned, but I got too old for opening and closing the container doors, so I had to change it quickly. And we did that back in May because had to get the hoe in and out easily, not hurt my back. So that's how the hoe extension became. Yes, so now we'll finish it up and then fire up the wood stove, be toasty warm in there. Yes, then we can hide in there. Yes, oh, Brad will probably hide in there. Yes. All right, one quick rotation. Oh, I soaked the peanut butter onto my toast this morning. Oh, I just devoured it. And we just left everything all over the yard where it was yesterday. I was too sore and tired to climb up and park everything properly. Now the boss will be mad because the yard looks so unorganized. Oh, well, he's an asshole. Well, I better go. Here comes the boss. Okay, after morning coffee, and we got some emails, comments, and everything all up to date. Okay, all right. So, YouTube subscriber, Kingdom Follower pointed out that it's $15 in Oregon, U.S. money for one of those stovepipes. Okay, so that would probably be $100 in Canada by the time it arrives here. So, if my credit card was any good and I ordered that piece, it would probably be here in a week to 10 days. Well, we better get this program underway. So, look at this sheet metal here. It's part of the shelving units at the mine, okay? So we save everything. Somebody went to all the work on bolting it, or it was never bolted together because they'd have it in pieces to go underground or anything like that, or into a upstairs office. You never know. So this stuff has been handy over the years. So I think we can cut some chimney pipe out of it. Also, too, back in 2022, we'll do a walk. Oh, yes, the ProPoint 30A Plus. Okay, we'll do a walk and talk video. This here is the 3-in-1 bender. All right, the only thing we know how to do on it is shear and bend a little bit. So let's try out this roller system here. All right, so let's figure out the roller system so we can make stovepipe. Yes, stovepipe that might be oblong. Yeah, I doubt it'll be round, but it'll be a learning experience today. Hopefully the sun comes out, and then after lunch we can go around and put some doors on the hose shack. But this should be interesting. We'll have some fun. But the main thing is, let's get it done. We don't have the money, we don't have the time, and we don't have the ladies. So let's make it ourselves. Okay, the ProPoint 30A Plus with the guide, the wooden guide with the slider guard or whatever skin on it. Did a beautiful job cutting it. All right, I have no idea what we're doing. We're going to make a lot of mistakes, but oh, we're having fun. So I don't know what we did here. I don't think these are the adjusting things. I think these knobs back here are the adjusting. So I just kind of eyeballed it. The first one was so tight, it was terrible. So now we're trying this one here. I think we just roll it back and forth till it gets happy, until we get the diameter required. If not, we'll have to consult with Jack Daniels. But remember, we're having fun. Okay, no idea what we did. We rotated it back and forth, and then I turned the knobs here at the back. I put these little paint lines on so I can count. So I went in one turn, rolled it back and forth, and then turned it in one more turn. I want it actually to be smaller than what's required. Oh, hand and eye, last Nessman. I want it actually to be smaller than what's required, because then if I pull it out to make the curvature or the diameter, it's going to naturally want to go smaller. Like I'm not fighting with it to keep it closed. I think this is the first rolly thing I've made here. Oh yes, other than at a party. Okay, but I think that turned out very well. We'll take it out and see what happens. Okay, not the easiest piece of material to, how would you say, tack weld. We had the Hobart Handler 100 down to 1 for victory and down to 10. You can't go any more than 10 down. So what we were doing is it was blowing away. So you put your welding rod up here, your feeder rod, and you strike the MIG on it and then just puddle down. They just get a blob and then make it. As soon as you touch it anywhere else, it just blows through like it's so thin a material. But the main thing is this thing here, once it's together in here, it won't come apart. We'll be putting the orange gasket goo down here because it's for high temp. But also too, we're going to put a collar around in here as the heat shield, okay? So this is just a temporary fix or temporary thing to do until we can get the proper items. But this is the end of the world, so this is normal in life for us. Okay, over in the hoe shack to do a temporary fit, or a test fit. Yes, there's the hoe. Yes, there we go. We got the pipe up. Look at that. I used the red marking pen to mark where the roof is on the inside because I have to build a collar. Can we see that? No, we can't. Oh, well. All right, let's go outside and check. Okay, hopefully the sun stays out and dries out the ground so we'll build some doors. Yes, there's the chimney sticking out. That's good enough for now. Talk about lucky. Okay, now we're making a heat shield to go around the chimney pipe so it doesn't heat the wood and burn the wood. Yes, so no idea what we're doing. I backed off the little adjustment knobs 2 turns and it seems to be making a tight turn. But then again, I took the piece from the hole yesterday, marked it, rolled it like that until we got a piece. And this is part of that locker mechanism shelves or whatever from the mine. So I think we have a little too much excess, but that's okay. We can lop it over. We can plasma cut it. We can do anything with it. Also too, this material is thin enough that I was able to use the shear part on it. Oh, we're becoming excellent tinsmiths, I guess you'd call it. Okay, the rolling turned out very well for considering I don't know what I'm doing. So this is the roof line right here. We want the little heat shield to be up just a little bit more, extending through the roof. So I'm putting it on here because we want a heat shield but not touching the wood. Okay, does that make sense? So this is what the whole idea of this is. So we're not sure what we're doing. Hopefully this will work. Oh well, if not, we're having fun. Okay, 12:30, working through lunch because I was on a roll. Everything was fitting together. We got the heat shield done. All right, let's take it over to the wood stove and see if it fits through the roof. Yes, that might be a minor detail. Okay, late lunch, but we got it done and I was on the roll. I can't believe I actually made that sober. That's unreal. We'll have to mark that on the calendar that I made something circular round out of something flat and I was sober. Unfreaking real. So now we have to flash in the top, put some silicone on, plus we can now weld the stove into place right there. That's where she's going to be. Yes, very pleased. Now we can start figuring things out. Oh man, what a lucky day today. Maybe one of the local ladies will come over tonight with matching underwear, seeing how it's my lucky day. Okay, after lunch in the kingdom, and somebody last night left the loader in the middle of the yard. So how do I move the 38 GMC service truck from up here, turn it around to back up to the hoe shack door so we can weld the wood stove into place so we can have a first fire? Yes, once we get that chimney sealed in up top, we can have a fire. So it was easier just to take the AC/DC buzz box out of the shop because we already had the cable stretched out and this was less work, less cables to drag around. All right, let's get that chimney closed in with some aluminum and then some gasket goo, and then we can have the first fire to warm up the hoe shack because it's getting chilly out here. Okay, I got the gasket goo all over the flashing there. Okay, so I'm not climbing up to take a photo. Yes, but we got the stove going to try and dry the gasket goo because it looks like it's gonna rain here. Unfrickin' real. So we had a little bit of sunshine, rain, sunshine, rain. Let's go check the wood stove inside. Okay, we got the fire going good because we want to burn the paint and the rust off the stove. Plus we want to burn the paint off up here. So it's going to get smoky, but that's what we want. All right, hopefully it'll dry out that gasket goo before the rains come. Okay, at coffee time there, well, I enjoyed a beverage with Jack Daniels. It got thinking, let's change out these hinges so we can pull the pins and then take the door off for putting pallets in, because we have that 4 forks on the loader, so we have to slide the third one over. All right, so there's the hinges we had on. These are the replacement hinges, and the pin I grounded off and changed it out. You can see the grinder marks, so we can just pop the pin, door comes off, and the forks can clear. So this is working out good. I have it screw nailed on the inside here to hold it into place while I change the hinges here. I don't know if we can see that, Les Nessman. Look at that. All right, you got to remember, nothing straight, nothing square. We have to create an optical illusion from the curb. So when the people drive by, it's called curb appeal. And the wood stove is putting out some really nice heat here. I don't know, can you feel that, Les Nessman? It's nice in here. And the smoke is done burning off, which we like. Okay, before the canopy shed became the canopy shed or canopy container, it was the geoshack. So to get core and everything in, we put some doors on, and these are the doors here. And then after we parted ways with the drilling company or the exploration company, I cut the top of the header out of the door frame and raised the door up so I could drive my mini hoe in. So then now the hoe has its own shack. So we took the doors off, changed everything around. So these doors are fully insulated. They got the weather stripping, everything on. So we just have to take this extension off in theory, and the hinges are there. So we just have to mount it over here. Pretty smart thinking, eh? Yeah, it's going to be a little short, but just like my honeymoon, we'll make it work. Okay, that door fit pretty good. It's got the right height, almost, kind of, sort of. Maybe we'll take off this weather stripping and then dress this problem up, or dress it up to make it have curb appeal. Very pleased, because that door was sitting in the shed there for probably 5-6 years now. Now it's being reused. I think we're doing all right, but you also remember this side of the hoe shack extension is 7 feet, and I think over here this is 7.4, I think, or whatever, because that's what the beam was that we had. So we kind of made a, I would say, keep it square. So when you look at everything down here, it kind of looks funky, but remember we have snow 10 months of the year, so the snow will cover the imperfections, just like makeup on the first ex-wife. Yes, oh my, we shouldn't talk about her. I'll get a lawyer letter. So now we just got to rip off this. All right, take the weather stripping off. Yes, the trucker's belt, and then figure out how to enclose the distance between the two, and then we can lock it up for the night. Yes, or we might have to work late and put some plywood up there, and then we're done with the whole shack and have heat inside, and we can do other things tomorrow. Yes, so I'm not sure what we're going to do, because we could put the piece of plywood back on the inside for this piece here. All right, very pleased, very pleased. This is going rather well, and it sure is nice having heat in the hoe shack, because then taking all the scrap pieces of wood and tossing in there, so I go in there and warm up. All right, let's continue this quest and get it done today. Okay, just after 6 p.m. and I think if I hustle I can cut some pieces up into there, okay? Because I'm using up all my scabby pieces, or the leftover pieces, because I had to build a little extension on the door here to make it, how'd you say, square it out. But that's okay. Once the weather stripping's on and a few other things, it'll have curb appeal. All right, so we kind of ran out of time for farting around, doing the latch, everything like that. The weather stripping can wait or whatever. But we used up the pieces of wood, just kind of hide them in here, because what else you do with small ones, eh? And that was the bottom of the door, so it was well ground and everything. That's the joys of having a door inside the frame. It doesn't work. The building heaves and jeeves. So we got this thing here just latched at the top there. Let's see if it works. Most likely it won't. All right. There we go. Open sesame. Oh, yeah, Sesame Street all over again. So that works out pretty good. So I got pins in here. So on the hinges so we can take them out. Oh, where are we? There we are. Okay, so let's see. There's enough room now. Oh, so there's enough room there for the door to open out. So very pleased, yes. All right, let's get to going, cut some pieces of wood for up there. That way the building is totally sealed in and we can have lots of heat inside, because today it's working pretty good. Any scrap pieces I cut are going in the wood stove immediately. Okay, just about 7:30, well worth the time. I had to cut both pieces twice. I don't know how we got the painted pieces pointing in the right direction or whatever. I don't know, but it was what I had, what I grabbed, and that's how it worked out. But I don't know why I had to cut everything twice. I hate working with wood. You cut it 3 times, it's still too short. All right, so look at the pieces we got here to toss in the wood stove, and the dogs know it's quitting time. Just look at them. They're getting ready because they know they're going to go for a run and have fun in the wilderness. Also, too, here's the loader over here. All right, we had 4 forks on it for doing scrap metal. Yes, the original one is right there. The other one that was over there that moved back and forth broke, so we welded one on. That's the joys of scrap metal. We always got forks and everything from the mine, because once they broke them or had some problems, they couldn't utilize them. So we just welded them on, called it good. 30 years later, still working good. All right, so everything is welded to fit in a pallet, and this one moves, okay? I don't know if we can see the fact that it's kind of greasy and everything. All right, so you pull the pin and we slide it this way over here to meet up with this one, and then we will have enough clearance for those two to go into the hose shack to set a pallet or to retrieve a pallet, because we'll remove the door pins and set that door aside. I think this will going to work. We're not sure. We'll find out when we try it for the very first time. All right, let's put the tools away and see what else we have to do. Okay, the last and final thing to do is to come up here and put another bead of gasket glue all the way around, because you have expansion up and down, because the stove was cold, now it's hot, and it's cold, so you put dots on there. And trust me, I know what I'm doing, because there's the one over there. Can we see that, Les Nessman? That's the shop extension. That's got gasket glue on it, and it works very well. So that's been on there for, well, just about a year now, but it's the same design and copy of what we had on the original shop, but it was back farther in the old shop. Yes, this is looking good. Very pleased. And of course, it turned out to be a nice evening. Yes, I seem to get more work done after supper than all day because of the rain, wind, and everything like that. Oh, this is very impressive. I think I outdid myself today. We'll have to celebrate. Okay, I got thinking when I was explaining the forks and the loader, we forgot to explain to the new viewers what we do for wood stoves up here. Yes, we live at the end of the world, and there's no insurance, so you can do whatever you want. You can get insurance, pay for insurance, but it means nothing when you go to claim on it. It's a form of blackmail, I think they call it. So what we do is you take the barrels. The odds of finding the old thick barrels are long gone. We have to use what we got. So we did scrap metal recycling for close to over 30 years, so we have lots of materials. So we make our own pipe for the top here. Yes, make your own. And we make our own door. Everything is recycled, repurposed, okay? So you know where to weld the pieces on to give it strength. Well, those are door hinges off of the door in the house, and we keep it simple. And then the hardest thing to make is the damper, the vent down at the bottom. So we use a valve. So it works out pretty good. And that's our trademark for the last 20 some years, or 25 years, because we've been building them. We have different styles of these stoves. We have one in the caboose, which is a lot smaller. We built this one for the staff's house, and then she was gifted a fancy stove kit from a Kingdom follower, YouTube subscriber down in the United States. So it arrived by Amazon, so we built a stove, and she really likes that one. So this one came back to the Kingdom, and we decided we're going to put it in the hoe shack because of the high costs on everything. Plus the hoe, when it comes in, it usually has snow on the tracks and everything like that, so there's a lot of moisture in this hoe shack. Okay, let's go by here. Can you feel the heat, Les Nessman? Okay, so anytime you came in on the door over there, and the hoe was over here on this side because of the container doors, as soon as you walked in, the humidity on here was unreal because of the moisture, and your glasses fogged up. So hopefully with the wood stove, it'll take the dampness out of the air and your glasses don't fog up. And the shield seems to be working pretty good. We're very pleased, but a lot of modifications yet to do. All right, let's go check on the flags. I think we had a successful day. We have some air gaps up around the post there, but a little spray foam will close that in, because you got to remember we built it out of 6x6 timbers. Yes, because that's what we had. All right, let's go check on the flags. They're probably ready to call it a day. Okay, we'll add an intro here introducing the staff and her day.
Thursday morning in WHO-ville. It's just after 8 a.m. and as you can see, it is pretty wet out there. It actually started raining around 7 this morning when I let the dogs back in, so it was perfect timing. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 9 degrees Celsius, which is 48 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. Looks like it might be a rain day, so let's head inside, make some soft toast, and wait for around 2 p.m. so I can do mail and head to the Kingdom. At 11 a.m. and it looks like it stopped raining for the moment, so let's head inside and let the dogs out so they can use the bathroom. I'm sure it'll start raining again. As you can see, it is still pretty cloudy out and it's kind of getting windy again. At least there's no bugs. 1 p.m. and this is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 12 degrees Celsius, which is 53 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. Looks like it might rain again, but for the moment it's pretty sunny and there's a bit of a wind. I was going to do my blueberry pie today, but I don't have enough flour for my crust, so I will be doing it tomorrow. Now let's head inside, let the dogs out, wait for 2 p.m. I will go berry picking after I'm done in the Kingdom as well. Just after 1 p.m. and I decided to get the quad out and head out behind the kingdom and do some berry picking before it starts to rain again. As you can see, there are still lots left, but they are slowly dying, so I better get picking. I want to see how much I can get within the next hour or so, and then at 2 p.m. I'll head to the kingdom. As you can see in the background, it is pretty windy out here right now. 1:30, I've only been picking for about a half an hour and I already filled up half of my pail. As you can see, there is a lot of blueberries left, so I will be back here within the next couple days to continue picking. And I'm not sure if you can see, but there is a lot of sandflies out here right now. They're all over my bug net. Just after 2 p.m. and I finished picking, I was able to fill an ice cream pail and a half of berries. I do have to sort them, that's why there's leaves and small bits. Now I can head on up and do mail and then go to the kingdom and see what my dad's up to. Almost 3 p.m. and I just made to the kingdom after checking the mail. Looks like there was another flag. Thank you so much to John F. for sending this to us. We are going to have to hang this up with the rest of them. This is pretty cool. Look at that. Wow, thank you so much. Now I'll head down to the shop and see what my dad's up to. Pretty sure he's just working in the hose shack attachment, putting in the chimney and stuff. When I drove in, I'm pretty sure I seen smoke coming out of the wood stove in the hose shack, so let's go check it out. 3 p.m. and I'm down at the hose shack now. Looks like my dad is moving the doors around. This big one here we're going to pop off and put it on this side where these hinges are, so I'll stick around and give him a hand with that and try and get a few videos. I also went into the hose shack and it's extra warm in there with the wood stove going. Just after 3 p.m. we were able to get the door switched over. All we did was move it over and flip it upside down. As you can see, the handles are on the bottom, so my dad will change that around. This is so we can open the door even wider, but we're going to put a pulley system on it. That way we can just pull the hinges off and take the door off completely. And it doesn't look like it's straight, but that's okay. Just wanted to give you guys a little look on the inside of the wood stove here, since in the winter time I was always doing my fireplace channel videos, so I figured I'd show you the inside of this one. .30 and I'm officially done in the kingdom. The reason why we switched the doors around and made it so it opens out is because on the inside of this door you can see there's about 7 inches of wasted space that we could use. So now that the door opens on the outside, we'll have more room on the inside to do stuff. Now it's time to grab my dog treats and head on back into WHO-ville and do the weather around 5 or so. 5 p.m. and this is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 14 degrees Celsius, which is 57 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. As you can see, the sun is trying to shine, but there is some clouds rolling in and it's pretty windy. Maybe we'll get some rain tonight. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, make a quick supper, and end my day.
Okay, I gotta put the ladder away, and then after I walk the dogs, I'll check the hose shack to see how warm it is in there and make sure the stove is dying out. What a beautiful evening, yes, and the loader's in the middle of the yard, really screwing things up. But I'm glad we busted our tushy and got that hose shack enclosed. Tomorrow we'll have freedom. We can do something around the yard. Manly, playing with wood, it's hard on my fingers. It's so windy. I hit the nail and I always miss the nail and hit my fingers. I don't know what for. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beer, and make a video, and we'll talk to you later.